There is something to be said about seeing the corpses of dead children
Oh,
on this episode, by the way, and then the drawings on the wall just a second later.
well, yeah, that brought her to her, not to her knees, but it basically floored her.
It almost floored me. I was just like, oh my God.
That is truly the horrific. And not that everything else isn't horrific, but there's something about the element of incorporating children in that kind of environment that takes the horror to another level. I mean, it's
It like hits home a little, right?
even season 1, episode 1, I think it was episode 1.
Oh, yeah, with the kid?
Yeah.
The face?
Yeah. That was kind of creepy. It's like, oh, little girl, and little girl turns around and is a little walker child. I mean, it's just, it's creepy as fuck.
But I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Like, look, you have kids too. Is there a part of you that kind of gets wrapped into that a little bit?
Like internalize it?
Yeah, a little bit. I wonder, or maybe
I do.
Look, for all I know.
No, for sure. Like,
you could say no too. By the way, it's like, I don't think of my kids when I see this.
No, I do, and I say that not just in terms of this show, but I would say that in general to anything that's, if it's effectively done. No, I mean, not everything. It's
nothing's perfect.
Nothing's perfect, and not everything's going to make me like automatically think of my kids in relation to it. But when I do see some of this stuff, it's like, yeah, I do think like, oh man, I automatically kind of think about it like, if it were me in that role, if it were my child that didn't make it or something like that, yeah, I would be racked with guilt and torturing myself, putting myself through the ringer for not having done more, at least in my mind, not feeling that I did enough to prevent this situation from happening.